Hey fellow YouTubers, it's me, John LaBelle again. Listen, I wanted to tell you something, and I don't want you to misunderstand what I'm saying. Uh, but my advice is for guys, never start a relationship or continue on with a relationship or consider marriage to a woman who's reveals to you that she was molested as a child. Sexually molested as a child. And I'll tell you why. It's not that I don't have understanding. I mean, to have that done to you is a great, great sin. And I hope the guy is thrown in jail for doing such a thing. You need to leave children alone. Because they destroy that child's not morals so much, but the mindset is been disturbed, and personally I think it's just plain evil, but it's caused destruction in this person's life, and this person will now cause destruction in other people's lives because the brain can't settle up, it can't find any peace anymore. What happens is, I've seen this time and time again, it's always the same thing. If the woman says, if she's been molested when she was young, she is incapable of a proper relationship now, and in fact she'll get married 5, 6 times searching for this thing. She doesn't understand why things aren't working out, but she just can't get over that situation, and she brings it into her relationships, not necessarily with her girlfriends or anything, or acquaintances. Just if there's an actual connection in a relationship, like long term, where there's like intimacy or closeness, emotional, mental, physical bonding, if you would. It doesn't work. I've seen it, and they'll actually destroy that person's life. My brother was with a girl that, nice girl, you wouldn't know it from anything, but his life was coming apart at the hinges, and I mean, he's losing his job, everything. She had him crazy, and what did she do? What they all do. After they've done as much damage they can, they just leave the guy and they move on to the next guy. And it's not vindictive. I don't even think they're conscious of it. The only thing is what the outcome is. It's just there's some bastard did this to her at the beginning, and now this state just continues on. It's like destruction. Cause the person to now do destruction, and then you watch them just go through marriage after marriage after marriage, and they'll never find the answer, and they don't like men, which I don't blame them, but the point is you can't blame all men just because of a handful. Most of us are decent guys. We don't do this to children, and the people that do, I mean, I have no sympathy for them at all. I'm not saying that something happened to them and they did this, but so what? Don't do it, okay? How about trying that? How about saying, this other person is a human being, and my gratification is not worth the destruction of this person or my personal needs. That's the most selfish thing I've ever heard in my life. If you want to fantasize about it, fine, but don't ever pursue it, because it's got to be one of the greatest sins I've ever heard of. It's just evil to me to take a human life that's it's developing and growing, and to destroy that thing just because your own personal twisted needs is great, great sin. You just leave the kids alone. Leave everybody alone. Have a healthy relationship with people, and do what's right. And if you say, oh well, I'm an emotional suffering from this, good. You should be. You cause suffering. you shouldn't have done in the beginning. So anyways, my advice is not to, I hate to say that, but my advice is that the destruction never ends. If you're with a woman who says she's been molested, you're better off looking for somebody else. You don't want to hear those words, because that shit's going to come into your life. And, it never ends. That's my opinion. See you.